I did a video earlier on in the 2025 season on what was the worst called strike in recorded MLB history, a pitch that missed the strike zone by 6.83 inches, called by Las Diaz. And for the rest of the season, I believe this was the worst call we had ever seen, as I didn't see any updates in the baseball space on this record being approached, let alone broken. But with Umpire Auditor releasing its year-end top 10 worst called strike threes list, I noticed a peculiar one in first place, being Brian Walsh's miss on a pitch over 7.5 inches out of the strike zone on Tyler O'Neill, breaking Diaz's record by almost a full inch. O'Neill was at the plate with his team leading 3-1, courtesy of a 2-run home run by rookie Dylan Beavers earlier on in the contest. On the first pitch of his AB, he took a breaking ball nowhere close, or at least you would have thought it was nowhere close, right? Consider that subtle foreshadowing. Then on the 1-0, he got a breaking ball squarely in the center of the plate. Another 2 pitches, both being fastballs well out of the zone high, was followed by a 3-1 slider right down the middle, being fouled straight back. It would then be on the 3-2 that O'Neill would take a slider 7.57 inches above the strike zone, starting to make his way towards first immediately upon the ball hitting the catcher's mitt. But then, for some reason, Walsh saw fit to call the pitch strike 3. You can see in O'Neill's reaction that he was more so confused than furious, and yet somehow Brian was still trying to convince him that the call was correct. You can see in the slow-mo just how bad of a miss it was. It literally landed above the catcher's eyes and almost squarely at Walsh's nose. I have literally no idea what he was looking at. Thankfully for the Orioles, this wouldn't go on to affect the overall contents of the game, as they would emerge victorious by that final score of 3-1. So yeah, record setting, right? But what's even crazier to me is that earlier on in the year, the same umpire had made the worst ball call of the entire season as well, missing the sinker right down the middle of the plate, a pitch that had never been missed in that location in recorded MLB history before. Overall, 2 very odd outcomes for a guy who graded out relatively average among MLB umpires in 2025.
Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching, have a great rest of your day.